Welcome to Spectrum Lanes for week 14 of the Match Play Skills Challenge. This is the top 4 Match Play finals again. To my right is my perfect co-host.
Hey, it's Rob Sloma.
Obviously, I'm not perfect today.
No.
Today, we got Charlie Brown as the lead qualifier at 9:13. Second was Brian Ivey at 9:10. Mike Froman was at 8:97. And our fourth qualifier today was David Northouse at 8:75. So, Rob, based on how you saw the action today, what do you think might happen today?
Anything's possible today, just based on we're on the other side now. We're back to where we started the matches. It was totally different. Played way different. So anything's possible. Scores were up and down, kind of like a yo-yo effect. So we'll see when we go into match play here.
All right. This should be a fun night now because, like Rob said, we're back on the old lanes and anything's possible.
Yep.
All right, welcome to week 14. Brian Ivey starts with the strike on lane 3. His match is Brian Ivey against Mike Froman. Got the Howard City against the lefty. On lanes 1 and 2, we got Charlie Brown against Queen Bitch David Northouse.
The Queen Bee? All right.
Isaiah Winters called him a bitch a lot this week.
Oh, I must have missed a little something.
It was pretty much an epic Facebook Messenger post that I actually had to get out of because I had to work today. But David Northouse pretty much called every single person in the world a bitch. Even Pete Weber, Jason Belmonte, everybody. Everybody was fair game.
All right.
Mike Froman with a good strike on lane 4. Charlie Brown's up on lane 2.
That's a good shot by Charlie.
All 4 struck.
Yeah.
Charlie did awesome yesterday at Fight Club. He started 300, went to an 8th frame, was the second game, stole the 9-pin for 279. So for 579 for 2, using one of the Venom balls for motive, he looked really good. And today, he actually looked really good too today with that PBA skills ball.
Yeah, he's on a pretty good roll lately. He's finding home with his new equipment, and obviously he's getting great practice out here on our skills challenge.
Rolling with 10 back. So Isaiah Winters, watch what Charlie does right here, because he'll probably call you a bitch after this shot too.
Ooh.
Charlie carry that 10-pin. Isaiah Winters will never carry that 10-pin. Brian Ivey a great shot too.
Another good strike. We got 2 guys throwing PBA skills balls. We got a guy that's throwing plastic, a T-zone, and then David actually on lane 2. He's throwing an ABC Masters yellow dot. Yes, that's probably 1985-ish.
It's older than him.
Hey, it's a great ball actually.
See, David just got bitched by the 10-pin. Isaiah wouldn't have carried that either, but we'll see. Isaiah should show up so he can actually try to call people out. Because he talks a lot, but he doesn't really bowl a lot. Well.
Good shot there by Brian Ivey. He shot, what, a 289 his second game?
Yeah, it was a fun watching 289 game.
Yeah, actually it was.
Some shots were good, some shots...
It was his...
He Howard City'd him.
Yeah, it was his 3rd game actually, but... great game, throwing plastic. You got to catch a couple breaks here and there, but look good.
So Mike Froman's up on the 3rd, on lane 4. Brian Ivey's talking way too loud right now. Good shot. And there are some league bowlers walking around, so you'll see some other ambient noise.
I'll say it feels pretty good now. We're able to bowl again.
And I can actually drink a beer and talk about it in real time.
Yeah.
David Northouse is striking the 3rd. Isaiah said, "Fuck you."
No, I didn't ask.
There will be a bleep. Yeah, unfortunately, I think there'll be some bleeps this time because we're having a good time.
Yeah.
This past weekend was an awesome weekend of bowling for everybody that was still here. Unfortunately, my season is now done, I'm guessing, but I will know for sure tomorrow.
Well, take it easy. You'll heal soon.
From the first 4. Charlie the Watcher.
Say these guys are actually making it look kind of easy right now.
So, in your opinion, how does it make it? How was the VIP section now compared to what you saw today? I mean, was it? I know it was a big difference based on what I saw, but how does the bowler thing play different?
Oh, it plays quite a bit different. Out here, you've got a track area now, and even from pair to pair, it's a little bit different. When you're at the VIP area with the newer surface, there's no track area. Lanes play a little bit tighter. Now you have to actually play where the actual track is and then kind of go from there. And then I think we just have overall just more friction over this way based on that, because the oil actually migrates into that track in the low-lying areas where the scratches are.
It makes sense since we have like 90% strikes so far after 4 frames by the bowlers.
Yeah.
Ivey's up in the 5th, and off his hand, he did not like that one because he looked down right away.
Leaves a baby split.
Ivey did good yesterday as well at Northway. He actually won the Fight Club yesterday. I was actually around 32 until I blew up my arm. So I beat my guy with a strike in the 10th, but my arm said, it's done. David a strike in the 4th, and Ivey did a good spare.
Great spare. He actually picked up quite a bit of baby splits today. Hard spares. That's what propelled him to, besides that 289 game, that's what kept him in the matches.
So as Rob alluded to, you'll be seeing these videos much sooner now because we are actually open. It is so nice to actually see people in the bowling alley having food, having beverages, and it just sort of back to normal, which is what I like to see.
I said it feels like home again.
So from the 5-bagger, we missed 2 ham bones already. That's kind of.
Oh man,
We forgot about those.
we're too all excited just being here, I guess.
Last call for alcohol is at 9:30. Do you want another one? Okay.
So obviously, I had our beer. Charlie, I think, was a little slow in that shot. That read early on him.
Yeah, kind of hard to see where his angle is from this point.
We're behind lanes pretty much 6 and 7, and we're trying to do between 1, 2, 3, 4. But the championship match will be a 5 and 6, so we'll have a better angle for how we think they release the ball.
Absolutely.
So Whitmer put a curfew on us. That's why I had the last call already. So, and Froman hit that one pretty good. Good spare by Charlie.
So it looks like Charlie's sitting 109 in the 4th, spare up in the 5th. Mr. Northouse over there on lane
280.
Yeah.
Froman is working on a 277 after 6, and Brian Ivey has a possible 267 after 5. So these scores are pretty good right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Charlie, a great shot in the 6. Keep the pressure on Dave. He just Howard City it and got away with it again.
Hey, that's that plastic ball slider at the back end. Rolls up in the mid lane and then just kind of pushes.
See, one thing I noticed is Ivey never smiles. No matter how good he's doing or how bad he's doing, he always looks the same.
You don't think he's smiling right now?
No.
Great shot by Mr. Northouse. Hey. What did he just have?
Another ham bone.
Ham bone. So is that like 3 now?
I'll be right back. All set? Thank you.
A ham bone +1.
That's a Yahtzee.
And Ivey didn't do what Rob Sloma always says about spares in this situation, right?
I know. He hooked into it.
Rob is always a proponent of trying to go straight on spares on the left side.
The odds are against you if you're going to hook into it. Even though you got plastic, we're bowling on a lower milliliter oil pattern. It will hook, especially going left.
So Charlie needs a strike here to keep himself in the match. And off his hand, that was money.
It's a great shot.
See, Charlie just called David a bitch right there on that shot. Froman. See, when Froman's lined up, he is nearly unstoppable because he has so many damn revs and he can play pretty much any part of the lane.
It's usually a matter of him clearing his thumb out of the ball. When he clears his thumb out of the ball clean, you'll hear that thumb pop. That's when he's pretty deadly.
And Charlie went a little late on lane 1. Yeah, so Froman has, like, the way he comes out of that ball, like you said, Rob, is just the timing has to be impeccable because if he's a little bit off by a second, it's a yank, or he can be able to drop, but he comes out of the ball so fast that it's hard. Even in a slow motion camera, you might have to take a look and see how fast he comes out of the ball.
Oh,
10 pin.
great shot. It's a bad break there.
Charlie went straight. Got the spare.
Spare.
So Charlie has a possible 257. David's still working on 280. Froman's hooking into it.
Ooh, he just gets it.
But he's a left-hander like me, so we hook him.
So you can do that? Oh. Do you like have everything?
No.
Okay.
Oh, David went high. But I'm having more fun tonight, guys and gals, because I pretty much learned yesterday my bowling season's over, so I'm gonna try to keep it level-headed and just have more fun now.
Gotta have fun no matter what you do. Hey, or at least watching bowling.
Yeah.
You were still helping us out with this skills with the scoring and stuff like
Now I have
that.
an excuse why I don't have a skills medal yet.
Oh, great. You just saved yourself how much money now?
Yeah.
Great. You do have a right hand.
Yeah, I might have to try it this summer. I'll find out tomorrow how long I'm shelved for.
Okay, so Brian Ivey sitting 145 in the 7th, spare up in the 8th. Mike Froman's 177 in the 7th, spare up in the 8th.
He's down 32. David, a little light 7-pin. I guess I'll be a little late in that last shot for the 4-pin. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see that shot. I was trying to get Parker's attention. So David is spared in the 9th. Ivey needs to keep his speed up on the spares.
Yes.
All right, so Northouse has a possible 248. Charlie can strike out to shut the match up.
Yep, he's going to need this one for sure.
10-22.
Good shot by Charlie there. Did I tell you guys and gals how much fun it is actually to talk about drinking beer again here? So much fun. Froman with a great shot tonight.
That's going to put some serious pressure on Brian. If he gets this next one, that should pretty much lock it up.
Yeah, because Ivey has a possible 214. I mean, Froman pretty much does have it locked up already. He just needs to keep it in line.
Well,
Charlie with the must-have strike in the 10th. Not really must-have. It just forces David to the first 2 now. If Charlie strikes here, the match is over. Have my side reporter Rob fill in the scores for me real quick. Ouch.
ooh, solid 9.
Well, that was enough for the match, though. Charlie for the win. Charlie just had a Josh Shreve and Isaiah Warner say, Dave's my bitch on that shot right there. Tripped it forward.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm just going to sit here and laugh and let him do the talking. Oh, throws it down the middle.
Brian Ivey went a little high for a 6-pin. Mike just kept on the lane because he knew he had the match won. So Charlie at 256. Let's see what Dave does here. That was a frustration strike because I think he knows that he got called a bitch way too many times this game.
It's been bowling good, and he's been making matches into the quarterfinals here. Hats off to him. He bowled well.
Ivey with a spare.
He threw it straight.
Northouse threw it straight and really hard for his spare.
He always does.
I think there's a little more room than that one.
Yeah, probably.
Because he knows he was Charlie's bitch that game. So Dave finished at 234. Ivey finished at 202. Froman had 235. So our championship match coming up soon will be Mike Froman against Charlie Brown.
Welcome back to the finals of the Monday Night Masterly Skills Challenge. They did have a mystery game. Did you hear that earlier?
4-way tie. 1-4.
Yeah, I know.
That was weird.
Yeah. Well, Mike Froman on the left lane to start the game out.
Perfect.
Perfect is right. Good shot. I think this is going to be a really high-scoring game here. These guys, both these guys are pretty much locked in. Charlie Brown stepping up on lane 6.
So Isaiah's talking crap on the chat right now, but he's not here, so he's everybody's little bitch again because he talks a lot of shit, but he doesn't really show up.
Shucks.
Ooh, I thought Charlie threw a little in, but I think it worked out where he wanted to. We'll see how he does the next lane.
Yeah. Tonight.
That zone seemed like it's not where I think he wanted to be, but it worked out good.
Yeah. Tonight, we bowled on the guppy tonight for an oil pattern, 45 feet long in length. Didn't feel like it was really too long. Again, we're on the regular side in the normal bowling area. So lines had to be a little bit more tighter today, it seemed like.
So we'll see what Charlie does right here. The same zone, so that's where he wants to be now.
I think he got away with that one a little bit.
Well, 1 and 2 also, as always, most umpires in the house always plays a little looser than usual, but
somewhat. I crossed on that pair and it didn't seem like it was too bad. It seemed like actually all the pairs played very, very, very similar. Plus or minus a board through the arrows and with your feet.
See, the difference about today also was in the VIP section we're using 5 pairs. Today we only use 4, so each lane guy, everybody had a ball in the same pair every pair of the time. So hopefully it equalized the whole scoring pattern's pace as well too. Mike with a good strike there in 6.
Both these guys are using the PBA skills ball.
It's interesting because Mike uses basketball shoes. He doesn't slide. Charlie's got his sock, so he likes to slide more. Because this Spectrum's lanes are notorious for being a little tacky, especially during the summertime when it's a little warmer out. So I've always had problems sliding sometimes too, but nothing too major. But when one guy doesn't slide and one guy has a shoe sock, takes that whole out of play.
Yeah, it's quite unique that Mike uses his tennis shoes basically. And he usually does it about everywhere he goes.
I don't know if I can ever do that because I just put too much torque in my knee. I have to stop like that, but they're used to it.
Yes, yeah. He's a pretty strong guy.
So I don't know if you guys heard that, but you could hear him coming in the thumb really fast and hard.
Very much so.
That's what my biceps sounded like yesterday when I popped.
Yeah, I hope you didn't hear it like that. That'd be pretty bad.
My opponent heard it. I didn't hear it. I just went down pain.
It's a pretty good shot.
Just enough.
Yep.
See, different styles right here. Charlie's going more direct. Mike is playing a lot more lane. But you can always say it's because of right-handers, left-handers, blah, blah, blah. But Mike is a very high rev player. Charlie's also high rev, but he's also more controlled with where he...
Hi, everybody.
That was Howard City Ivey.
The big dog, Brian Ivey.
He has nothing to be ashamed of.
Just so everybody knows, I do suck.
No, you finished third. You finished 4th today. You beat 14. You beat 10 other guys today.
Yeah. Had the high game for the entire night.
Yeah, he's got the second high game of the entire series.
This is true. Come on, Hambone.
Charlie's coming those 10. See, if David Northouse did that shot, that 10 pill still stood because he's a little bitch. If Isaiah Winters do that shot, it'd be like a 5-7-10 because he's a little bitch too. Parker's going to work on bitches. Well, if you were part of this really long group chat Facebook this weekend, you understand why.
It's probably a good thing I'm not on it.
It definitely was not kid friendly. Nobody was safe in this chat. That's a
Ew.
bounce. We couldn't do another hand bone.
Still pretty good shot. Ball was just a little bit behind the head pin. Net result, 7 pin.
I want to say what Mike Jr. just left.
5-7
Practicing
on
over
lane
there.
10.
Kind of wish I see what the speed was on that shot, but it doesn't register right now. But
If I was to guess, it's probably 22 miles an hour.
Charlie's still working on a 300. Froman is still working on a 279 after 4.
Yeah, Mike throws a pretty hard fastball when it comes to 7 pins. Very good shot. You can see Mike right there. He didn't get around the side. He kind of rolled up the back of the ball a little bit more. Picked up a little bit earlier rather than later. Very good shot.
Charlie's working on his Yahtzee. Let's see if he gets it. That's about maybe a board in. So he's playing a really direct line right now.
Yeah. Might have got a titch more up behind it. Got to roll just a tad early. The spot looked pretty good. But good break, pick up the spare. Got a tie. Basically tie ball game. Boom.
And Charlie went straight as Rob likes it.
The school of straight. I think I know it well.
So they both have a possible 279 right now after 5.
So what do we have? 14 guys today?
Yes, we did. Charlie went a little wide there. So today we had 8 guys finish plus, with my co-host being one of the guys that finished plus. So we're doing great overall. It's just you need to have that one game where you can probably get yourself up there a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like the Mr. Consistent. And sometimes consistent in these little short formats isn't a...
Well, you got to kind of still give yourself a chance. You know, the consistency is, it definitely keeps you there, but I need a little bit of something, just a little bit to propel myself. Unfortunately, in 2 of my games, I opened in the 10th, which actually cost me basically about 50 pins. So
I think David Northouse just called Charlie a bitch for that spare pickup.
yeah.
Since it wasn't quite clean, but he got it.
So the skills challenges, it really does matter. You do have to stay clean in, you know, whether you strike or not. That I don't want to say it doesn't matter. With these guys in the finals, obviously it does because the scores are high. But you can't give away pins by missing a spare or any kind of open.
You really can't give away pins right now. This match when you go 7 count on a spare when Mike is working on a strike. Because Mike didn't strike there, he didn't lose any pin count on Charlie. I was just told that Isaiah Winters says I'm a bitch and my commentary sucks. Well, Isaiah, show up one of these times and then I'll probably a bitch to your face. Mike with a good spare there. Mike with a possible 259, Charlie with a possible 266 now.
Bet you it's going to go right down to the 10th frame here in this one.
So Froman was pretty consistent today. I mean, he had a high game of 241, low game of 202. Charlie was just as consistent. Pretty much, he had every game over 200, so he had a low of 201, but a high of 257.
Yeah.
Mike almost hit that a little too hard, but it was able to recover just enough to trip the 10.
Yeah, I think also too with our scoring, if you get under 200, it's a long road back unless you can somehow pop one mysterious big game. Usually don't come around, too often. A few guys do it, but if you can stay above 200 and then, get yourself into the 230, 240 land on occasion, a couple other games, you'll make your top 4.
But it seemed a little bit easier over here compared to VIP, where you could get the big game if you needed to.
Hard to say. You know, personally, I don't know. I seem like I could actually focus on maybe getting a bigger game over in the VIP. I think it's different to each person.
I was basing that just on my non-bowling, watching everybody the last couple of weeks. We did have our 2 biggest games so far have been on the old part of the spectrum, where we did have a 300 a couple weeks ago, and we had 289 tonight. But I've also seen where the VIP section is a little more consistent, where I see a lot more 240, 250s compared to here, where you see, like, you might see the 280, but you also see the 150s a little more often as well.
Yeah,
as Rob will say.
Yeah, you get more roller coastery. Oh, is it gonna fall? No.
I'm not going to say anything about that shot. That was a good shot. He just... I think Isaiah Lerner just went in the back and just held that pin up. Or Josh Shreve was like... Josh Shreve ran it down the lane 10, and then he like slapped it out too, and then realized, oh shit, it didn't strike. But Josh Shreve has done the best shot I've ever seen in my life, where he threw a shot at Rockford one time, ran out the entire lane, and left the washout. That was funny as hell to watch.
It's probably why he left a washout, just based on he didn't stay with the shot. Usually you see that when people do miss, where they think they threw it right, and they normally fall off the shot or something of that nature.
Yeah, it goes a little bit longer than they expect.
Yeah,
they push it down the lane a little farther.
Yeah, they don't look down lane at what the actual ball's doing.
So Froman now can put some serious pressure on Charlie now. And he gets a double. So Froman now has a possible 259 still. Charlie has a possible 246 after 8.
It is kind of fun to watch Froman shape the ball, and these balls don't have big shape, but he gets it kind of close to that head pin, and he throws those pins all around in the corner.
And now that I'm watching Froman, it makes me want to. I wish I would have tried this at least one time before my arm said F you to myself. So, but there's always next year, because I know Mike Eaton Jr. is going to keep this going on, because what him, oh, yellow faster. What Junior and Machuga have done here with these 2 skills challenges, like one in Erie, Pennsylvania, and one here in Grand Rapids, it's made bowling a little more fun, a little more challenging for people, and we got some more people are actually liking it because it forces you to be on your game.
Yep. Yeah, I like it just based on it's not only good competition, it gets you to focus back like what you used to do more. There's no forgiveness. You see every mistake.
And like I said, we have a couple guys that are here every week. They know they're not going to pretty much make top 4, but their main goal is to get better. And I've watched 2 of these guys for sure every week. They're getting better each week. Mm-hmm. And I can guarantee when they go to league bowling, it's going to pay off dividends for these guys in the future.
Oh, absolutely. Well, even if you're able to pick up another spare where it's a little more tough out here, it's more, you can almost take it for granted on a house shot.
Don't want to say, but I think Charlie just threw his worst shot of the match right there, unfortunately. It was a little in. There's no forgiveness in this one.
Definitely not. So Charlie's sitting 184 in the 8th as he chops.
So he's going to need some help now. 500 for Rob. Script scoring. We'll fix that once he throws his next shot.
Darn it.
And unfortunately, that's a second. 8-10 that Charlie's up in the 10th frame today.
No.
You have to drink. I have to take it. Sorry.
Crap. One.
So after Charlie up at 8-10, I was told by the waitress I gotta finish my beer, so I gotta finish my beer.
Sorry about that, people. My scoring, there we go, is kind of messed up here in Charlie's game.
So Charlie actually finished at a 201.
There. I fixed it.
And Mike threw a strike in the 10th. So Mike is your Week 14 Master Skills Champion. Charlie finished second. I know he's disappointed, but he did do well today.
Yeah, this is kind of a rematch of the very first week, if I remember correctly.
I wasn't here for that, so I'm taking your word for it.
I wasn't here either. I'm just kind of going as to what I thought or I remembered.
See, the only implications are is they are bowling for a Rambo, and these two guys are like the top two spots right now. And if you heard David Northouse, unfortunately he's a little bitch because he's still not bowling, but he's trying to call Isaiah winners.
Look out.
And Mike came back with a rocket.
25-mile-an-hour fastball.
And Isaiah will be, if Isaiah could ever throw 25 miles an hour, that'd be hilarious because I think he would fucking fall in the lane. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but he would just fall in the lane and just face plant.
That's okay. So Froman, 238. Charlie Brown, 201. What do you think of that match?
It was great until the end.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I mean,
it is what it is.
I mean, like I said, Charlie, that's the second time he threw a good shot, I thought, in the 10th. Because he did that earlier, one of his games down to the 8-10 also.
Sure.
So, like I said, if you don't get the right angle or right roll here, that's what happens in these skills challenges. The ball just won't react how you expect it to at the very end.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, we'll be right back, and I'll interview that winner in just a moment.
All right, thanks again, guys.
All right, welcome back to your Monday's mystery. It's not a mystery, it's a Masterly Skills Challenge. I'm here with the winner, Mike Froman. Congratulations, 238 to 201. What'd you think tonight? We're back on the regular side and normal bowling.
Yeah.
Would you have a little feel for tonight versus being in the VIP room?
You know, I was just kind of like seeing my angles like really straight today.
Okay.
I don't think it was kind of like the concept of all here in the old lanes or towards the VIP, but just kind of played a little bit towards my game. I was able to kind of get left and just kind of be able to get smooth, soft, and just kind of get up underneath the ball. And I had a great ball reaction and shape all day long.
Yeah. Looked like basically you stayed clean. Charlie, unfortunately, did not. That was pretty much kind of maybe the telltale, the sign right there. You guys went right down to the 9th and 10th. Do you have any thoughts going into the, towards the end of that game, what you might have had to do or not do?
With Charlie, it's anything's possible. It's just strike more than him and stay clean along the way. I've had fortunate success against Charlie here. Looks like they got a little bit of carry down, he had to be a little bit perfect on making the shots, and I was just going to take advantage when I could. Sure.
Hey, it looked good to me, looked good to Jeremy and everyone else. So I'll just say, hey, congratulations. This is win number 2 for you.
Yep.
And the point leader into the Rambo challenge there. So keep it going.
Yep.
We'll hopefully do this again. And congratulations, man.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
You bet. Have a good night.
Thanks.
All right, that concludes week 14 of the Monday's Masterly Skills Challenge. Hope you guys enjoyed the telecast. We're back bowling. We're doing it for real. So on behalf of Jeremy Bartz, Parker the cover behind that camera, I'm Rob Sloma. We'll see you next week for another night of bowling. Have a good night.